Hey everyone, Melissa Deely here, back for day 6 of my 12 Days of Christmas series, surviving the stress, eating and drinking our way through the holiday season. Cannot believe it's already December 6th. Way to go. We're halfway through after this session, and stay with me for the next 6 days after this. So today I want to talk to you about, why do you have sugar cravings? What causes that? My last video was about what sugar is doing to our body, insulin spikes, as well as how addictive it is. And today, as I said, I want to talk about, why do we have cravings? And it's actually based on the theory of polarity. And the theory of polarity is that everything has its polar opposite. So light and dark, night and day, etc. And our own body has these polar extremes of contracted tension and expansive bliss. And the body wants to be in balance. And so if we live down here in contracted tension for too long, our body will send us signals to get us to start changing what we're doing to bring us into that middle point of balance. So things that trigger our contracted tension, they can be triggered by diet, too much salt, too much red meat. It can be triggered by stress. It can be triggered by our activities, too much work, too much partying, not enough me time, not enough self-care. And when we stay in that place for too long, rushing around with our heads chopped off, trying to get everything done, trying to be everything to everyone all of the time, our body is under a lot of stress. And so we get these messages from our body that it wants us to change the way we're doing things. It wants us to do something different to bring us into balance. And so what it's doing is it sends us signals to do things that are up here in expansive bliss. And again, we can achieve that through food, and we can achieve that through activities. Through food, sugar makes us feel great. Coffee makes us feel good, gives us energy. Dairy is also something else that puts us into expansive bliss. And so often we reach for those things out of habit. Sugar, coffee, anybody? We often start our day with that. But there's also actions we can take that can bring us into expansive bliss rather than relying on food, and in particular, sugar. So anything that has to do with self-care, meditation, yoga, taking a walk by yourself, taking a walk with a girlfriend, reading a book, taking a bath. There's so much that we can do when we stop and think about how we can nourish ourselves, how we can bring ourselves some of that expansive bliss without relying on food. And yet, because we're busy, we just don't take the time to necessarily do that. And we just reach for that sugar out of habit. Another thing that we can do in order to be more prepared, I've talked about planning in previous sessions, is plan what it is that gives you nourishment, that brings you into expansive bliss, and maybe stick that right on the fridge or the snack cupboard. So the next time you go to reach for that sugary sweet to give you that energy, you can see the list of other things that you can be doing instead. Our nourishment doesn't only have to come from our food. There are other ways that we can nourish ourselves. And next time you do reach for food, just stop and ask yourself, am I truly hungry in this moment? Am I feeling hunger in my body? Do I feel that gurgling? Do I feel those little bubbles in my belly telling me I'm hungry? Or am I not hungry for food, and it's more of an emotional hunger? It's something else that my body is needing in this moment to bring me into balance, not food, some other kind of nourishment. And what would you put on that list for you? What is it that would help you in that moment? Is it just a mug of nice warm herbal tea wrapped in a blanket, taking some time out, reading a book? Is it hopping into the bath for some me time? Again, nice and warm. We're in the winter season here in North America. Nice and warm in the bath, and just, quiet music, even candles, shut the door, a break from the kids, some me time. Is it going for a massage. Getting to the end of the year, a lot of people have benefits. You can use them up, taking care of yourself, going out for a massage. Maybe it's a chiro treatment, whatever it is, pedicure, manicure. What can you do for you, and what can you put on that list? Maybe it's just treating yourself to bringing some beautiful flowers into the home and just having that as a reminder of the beauty around you, and just, gratitude for everything that you have, and changing that mindset. Or maybe it is booking into your calendar time each day to get out for a walk with a friend, etc. So lots of things that you can be doing instead of out of habit simply reaching for food. So do that check-in with yourself. Each time you go to reach for food, am I truly hungry? Or is my body looking for some other kind of nourishment? And when you do that, you can start to break that sugar craving as you start to be able to better interpret the messages that your body is giving you when it is asking to bring you into balance. It's not always about food. There are other ways to nourish our body and get ourselves out of that contracted tension. And another great way is sleep. An early night to sleep. I've talked about sleep before as well. Just getting enough sleep is a huge way to bring yourself out of that contracted tension, bring yourself into balance, where your body will stop sending you messages that you interpret as sugar cravings. Lots of sugar around us during the holiday season. So try to put this into practice and see if you can start to eliminate some of the sugars that you're taking in over this season, simply by figuring out other ways to nourish yourself and get some self-care time in. So that's it for today, day 6. See you back here tomorrow for day 7 of my 12 Days of Christmas series. Bye.